Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 26th edition of the Sports Sensei's Unleashed. The Snowman and I are back on our original day, our permanent day, Tuesday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. It feels great to be back here with the Snowman. But first of all, how was your vacation, brother?
Let's see. Lots of sleep, lots of food, lots of entertainment, lots of driving, and lots of time with my wife. I had a great vacation.
It absolutely looked like it. I'm happy for you to be able to get that time away. Tell us about
Yeah,
the
man.
experience seeing the baseball game or whatnot. That
Oh
was
my gosh.
at Waterfall
First of
Backward, right?
all, I had no idea what my surprise was. All I know is that Jody told me I have a surprise for you for your anniversary gift, and I'm thinking, okay. And then I bribed her every way I knew how, and it didn't work. She said she wasn't going to tell me until Friday, and we did a special vlog about that, and that'll be up. The full version will be on our Patreon, but the teaser version will be on our joint page, Tall Man Dr. K on Facebook. So Friday, Friday appeared, and getting ready to go, and I said, "All right, you got to tell me, lay it on me." And I turned the camera on, and she said, "Well, we're going to Kansas City." And I'm thinking, "What are we doing in Kansas City?" And then she sprang it on me. She says, "You're going to take a tour of Kauffman Stadium." I'm going to do
Oh.
what? And she said, "Yeah, you're going to take a tour of Kauffman Stadium." She couldn't join me because she has a very, very bad knee, and it was ailing badly, and she wouldn't have been able to walk. Um, in fact, I got to help her tonight with some physical therapy when she gets in the house. But for her to give me that, and I didn't think I'd get in the broadcast booth. Wrong again. Shout out to my tour guide Vicky at Kauffman Stadium for totally saying. She looked at me and I told her what I had to go through with cancer and me being a sportscaster, and she said, "Skip this. I'm taking you to the broadcast area." What?
Oh,
And you saw the pictures. I was in the radio booth. I was also in the television booth. I had a chance to hold the Valley Sports microphone, and I'm working on getting mic flags for you and for me and for Cole with our logo on it. Just depends on the size of the microphone that you have. But dude, you want to talk? And she told me, walking around the stadium and sitting in the dugout. I sat in the home dugout, the Royals dugout, and I said, I'm in heaven right now because I was there. It was a wonderful, wonderful morning, nice and sunny. The crew was working on the field. She says, "I'm going to take you from baseball heaven to baseball nirvana. We're going up to the broadcast booth." We're going to do what? Yeah, we're going to the broadcast booth.
well, was seeing the look on your face. The one picture that comes to mind is this one. If you don't mind me sharing it, that you shared with
Go,
us in the
go
group chat.
for it.
I put the background with it right here, but with this picture of Snowman, just like thinking about everything that you went through. And
Yeah, yeah,
and I've had my own health scare, but you went through so much worse. And for you to be in that moment right there, to be able to
yeah,
enjoy that moment, be on vacation for one,
yeah.
but to actually have that moment, like it was a heartfelt moment for me. I know for your other friends out there too that were along for the journey. So thank you for sharing that with us. It was definitely great to see
Oh
you
man,
get
it
that time
was.
away. It was great for me to be able to contribute too. I mean, Cole and I gotta say this too, Cole, you rocked it out with me on Friday for the very last
Y'all killed it, and I
for the
loved it. Y'all
for the
killed it on Friday.
for the very last episode on Friday for now. But we're back on our permanent day now. But Cole came through and filled in the clutch. And then I had the Brian Snow show, which I had to pre-record a couple of days
Hmm.
before that, just because of my
Hmm.
scheduling and everything. Because the
Yeah,
time the Brian
yeah,
Snow show aired, I actually was at my full-time job. So, but
right.
to be able to do a 2 hour show, to see that I could do a 2 hour show by myself, because I don't think I've ever done a 2 hour show by myself
No,
with nobody with me, like just talking, having
right,
the topics and
right.
doing it. It was fun, and I got great feedback from it too, even from you, Snowman, which made me feel good. So I know I'm climbing that ladder to get to where I want to be.
Oh yeah.
To contribute for
Oh
you
yeah.
while you were out on vacation was great. So I'm happy to see you back, brother, and for us to be able to do this back on our day on
Yes.
Tuesday. We are here, and to announce that with that, Cole Johnson has hooked us up, as you saw with the new intro. We have a new outro, but for this as well,
Dude, that intro. Listen,
this right,
that intro that he put together.
yeah,
Yow,
yeah,
man.
and this right here with us having the time slot announcement right there, like I gotta look at this again. Like,
Yeah,
and
do it
you can
again.
still hear us in the
Do it
background
again.
anyway. But this is mother fathering phenomenal. We are here
Yeah, it is.
Tuesdays, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:05 a.m. Pacific Time.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you all for joining us here, which you are listening in right now on WQEE 99.1 FM. You can hear us on Wednesdays. Is it 2 p.m. Eastern Time?
2
It is
p.m.
on Wednesday.
Yes.
Same time, just on different day. Okay.
Yep.
We moved from Saturdays up to Wednesday because Tuesday was our normal day. So for those of you that are caught off guard with seeing us on Tuesday live and on Wednesday hearing us, that's just we're back to our normal time.
Well, that's how we started. We started on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
when we first put this together, and we were chopping everything up, and we're wondering how this was going to work, and someone gave us the idea of the title, so we took that and ran with it, and then next thing I know, Drew and I get on camera, and 65 minutes fly by, and we're like, wait a minute, where the hell did the time go?
That's how you know that you're having fun out here
Oh,
in these
yeah.
streets. And speaking of fun, there was some things that happened over the course of the weekend and some stuff in sports, Snowman. And we got to talk a little bit of baseball action. We'll get to like overall baseball in a minute,
Yeah.
but I want to bring this clip up from this
All right.
Astros game. This balk that some may question. I think it is a balk. You can hear us in the background as we see this video right here, as you can see the umpire clearly calling it right there for the go-ahead run to come in for the Dodgers as they call Stanek on a balk. And as you see afterwards, an outburst ensues from the pitcher.
Yep.
Snowman, what were you thinking when you originally saw this?
He didn't balk.
But look at the leg.
He did not balk.
I don't know. Like he was his pivot leg was kind of in motion. We'll see it here in a second as Dusty's even wondered what the father's going on.
Well, let's take a look. And once you get Dusty Baker mad,
yeah, it's over. It's over.
It's over.
Here it comes.
Okay, here it is. This is from a pitcher standpoint, and he did balk. I take that back. He did.
Yeah,
because he moved that leg. He moved his kick leg twice.
That little wiggle.
While he was on the rubber.
The little wiggle is all it took.
While he was on the rubber, if you're on the pitcher's mound, and this is a rule that I review every year, just like you and all the other baseball aficionados. Give me that clip again, and I'll talk about the rule here. They called the balk, which allowed what turned out to be the winning run to come across, and the Dodgers won that game 8-7. Houston won the next night to avoid the sweep. But from a pitcher standpoint, and I used to pitch as well as play first base and right field in baseball. When you put your foot on the slab, on the rubber, on the mound, you cannot move. You have to step off the mound if you are not sure. And here it is again. I want y'all to take a look at the leg that is on the mound right there. And while I'm looking at this again, and from the early looks of it, it looked like he did balk. But now, after looking at the foot, that foot was coming off the rubber. And that's a rule, like I said, that's a rule that I review, every year. And we see so many instances and so many interpretations of it. This is just my interpretation thereof. But that call can go either way. That call can go either way. But it was called a balk, and I believe it was called a balk correctly. But that's one I'm gonna really, really take a look at and talk about later on this week. But initial thought is it was correctly called a balk, which allowed the game-winning run to come across. It's confusing because it's the foot that he put on the rubber, and it also looked like it's the foot that he takes off the rubber so he can reset. But if you lift up your foot and you land back on the rubber, that is a balk. That is a balk. I didn't get a chance to look at different angles of it. These are just my initial thoughts. But from the way it looks, from that shot, main shot right there, of course, we credit Fox Sports with the clip. That did indeed look like a balk. But again, I have to review it my way, and that's looking at different angles of it and really getting a sense of what was going on. Of course, that was the bottom of the eighth inning when it happened, and the Dodgers won that game by that final score of 8-7. From the initial look, when he took his pivot foot, and anybody who's thrown a pitch, the foot that you put, especially if you're right-handed, the foot that you put on the rubber is your pivot foot. Your left leg is going to be your leg kick, and the foot that you have on the rubber has to stay still unless you're stepping off the rubber. And in that instance, also, you can say that you have to step cleanly off the rubber. I mean, you have to have more than, I would say, a foot or so distance between your foot being on the rubber and off the rubber. But initial thought is that was a balk. That was called correctly.
Yeah, I mean, and I like how your overall view, what you kind of danced around it a little bit, Snowman. You kind of went back and forth a little bit unsure. Now that Snowman's given his full take on it, first of all, I'm going to show you what qualifies me for my take. Yeah, that was before the stroke. Okay, I don't know if I could do that anymore.
Are you still wearing number 33?
Yeah, that's still my jersey. It has my name on the. It has. We have the new button-down Cubs jerseys that look like the '80s jersey. I showed it to you with the '80s button-down. Has a name on the back now and everything. I'm not playing anymore, just coaching. Back then I was player coach. Now I've moved up to assistant head coach. Because my playing days are more than likely gone after everything we know that's transpired. But that's what qualifies me for this take right here, because now it's my turn for the play-by-play. All right, so again, we have the umpire signaling that the run must come home because you did have runners on in scoring position when the balk ensued. Now we see number 89 crossing the plate. We see all Dusty getting upset, and just like Snowman said, when you see Dusty getting upset, it is not good to see him. Why does Ryne Stanek remind me of Rod Beck? Looking at him, it reminds me of watching Rod Beck, the hair and the beard, I think. So you see Dusty over there. Say, what in the father is going on over here? Okay, he didn't balk. Now you gotta pay attention real close, no man, because we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look again. Now his pivot, right foot is on the mound.
See the knee, it buckled, it moved. True. And that's where they're calling it at.
That's a good point.
I feel like at the same time, most umpires probably let that go. But because of the situation in the game, and this is something that we teach our guys, even in our league too, in situations where it's the latter part of the game, a decision that can make or break the game, and you got runners in scoring position, that's when you have to be perfect. That's when you have to be perfect in the motion.
You know what? Play that one more time, because you caught something I didn't. And that was his left knee while he was on the mound. Let me take a look at that again. You see the umpire, you see 50,000 Dodger fans going absolutely crazy because it's the game-winning run, and a lot of Dodger fans thinking, "Oh, this is revenge for 2017." Shut up! It's a regular season game. But I want to take a look at his leg kick knee, his left knee, and Drew may have caught something that I didn't, and I want to take a clear look. I want to take a clear look at it. My initial thought, and you're right, Drew, I did dance around it because initially I thought it wasn't a balk, and then I'm looking at the play now, and we're going to look at it now. Let's take a look at his left knee.
It happened so fast.
It did. It did. It did.
But I just feel like that's what's happening because I saw a video earlier, but because of everything that was going on right before the show, I wanted to make sure I got the intro and the outro in.
Right.
I didn't. I got this clip, but I accidentally didn't get the one that I meant to get because the one that I saw a couple of days ago, it zooms in. Like you can see it. And you can actually see it. They slow it down. You can see where it buckles. And that's where
and you cannot move once you have your foot on the slab. That's the basic rule.
Unless you're right in the position of the fielding umpire that's right there at the mound.
Yeah.
And you zoom in on it because of the technology that we have in real time when we're watching it happen in real-time baseball, you're not going to catch it unless they replay it and they break it down. And even in that regular replay that was during the initial broadcast by MLB Network, that still doesn't show it. You actually have to zoom in, and I wish I would have got that clip, but you're going to have to look that up. If you guys can find that clip watching this show right now, put it in the chat right now so we can see what our other fans out here think. You can let us know. But
that was the big thing for me, both knees, seeing which knee actually buckled. That's that's the point that I wanted to make, and to make sure that I made it correctly. And again, being a former pitcher, former baseball player, that's a rule, and a baseball broadcaster, that's a rule that I review often and want to be sure I got the basics down and every interpretation that you can think of. But looking at it now, that's a balk. That is a balk.
Absolutely. Guys, we'll get back to some more MLB talk. We'll talk about some more MLB standings and stuff like that once we come back. We're going to take our first commercial break. We'll see you back here in just a short.
IRS, open up.
The IRS is the most feared agency in the country and has the power to seize assets, garnish wages, and even put you in jail for back taxes and unfiled tax returns. Don't be a victim. Call Kick IRS right now and let us kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all. Our powerful team of tax experts will fight hard for you and will not stop until we've resolved your tax problems on your terms. And if you qualify, we may even reduce or eliminate your tax debt altogether. No more sleepless nights wondering when the IRS is going to come after you. Take control of your tax problems today and make the phone call. We have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we offer a 100% written guarantee, so there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. The consultation is free and the phone call is free. So pick up the phone right now and kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all.
Call 800-807-8188. That's 800-807-8188. 800-807-8188.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now.
Call 800-418-8650. Call now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a show that has breaking mother-fathering news thanks to David 3000. And this breaking news is Ryan Seacrest will be hosting Wheel of Fortune into the footsteps of Pat Sajak.
What?
That is apparently breaking news from David 3000 Network, who just reached 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, David 3000.
Hey, congrats, David.
But Ryan Seacrest will be hosting Wheel of Fortune into the footsteps of Pat Sajak. Let us know here in the comments if that's legitimate.
Okay, wait. I know about Pat Sajak retiring. And of course, y'all hear the Wheel of Fortune song in the background. But y'all couldn't get anybody else? Yes, I'm throwing a ton of shade because, first of all, who the hell is Ryan Seacrest? Second of all, what's he doing hosting a game show? You mean you couldn't get anybody? Now, of course, this is contingent on me seeing what he can do with something that Pat Sajak and Banner White have built over the course of 41 years. I get that. Maybe I'm too old school for my own good, but what?
So
I hate to do this on your. I hate to do this here, but give me this dog on camera.
Oh,
what? What? You mean you couldn't get anybody else that actually knows? You couldn't get Todd Newton to do Wheel of Fortune? Really? No, we all know what happened to Whammy, the all new Pressure Luck, but you couldn't get anybody else? Good. Dear God. Take the camera back.
But wait, while Snowman's face up here, I want him to see what's scrolling at the bottom. Breaking news, screw Ryan Seacrest. As thank you for YouTube.
Thank you, David 3000.
Thank you for YouTube for bringing our stream back up. Apparently, the stream was suspended for about 90 seconds because they didn't like our MLB usage of clip. Apparently, because we showed it 4 times. Next time, we'll try it once. But because we showed it 4 times and we're really breaking down the analysis of what was going on, YouTube did not like what we were doing. We're back up and running now. I checked it out. Everything is good. But we were down for 90 seconds. And the funny thing was, they waited until the commercial break to take us down. So we were down during the last part of the commercial break. And now we are back. But yes, screw Ryan Seacrest as he's hosting Wheel of Fortune. That is how Snowman feels. Let's see what other comments we got out here. Snowman, I got to ask you about this. What in the father is up with the Stream Elements bot running?
Oh, that's a little present that I put together so we can get people to subscribe to the channels.
Now, is it real people? Or
it's real. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. I got that tip from a very good friend of mine about setting that up.
Well,
that's all.
Because I like to help out the fellow podcasters out here in these streets, especially something myself. If you wouldn't mind taking a minute and explaining what the Stream Elements part is, because I might even look into it as I'm building Serto Media.
Stream Elements is all you need to search. I'll explain more off the air for you.
Okay,
that's all you need. That's all you need to search.
If you're out there and
I've seen so many people use it, even with the StreamYard, and I'm thinking, okay, this can't be right. Oh yeah, it's right, and it's gonna work.
Okay.
It's gonna work. I've had a little success so far. Only had it a couple of days, but yeah. It's going to help us take off.
Okay. Well, I look forward to searching this up as going to afternoon. But I also wanted to just get that word out there also for any other fellow podcasters out there who are watching the show, which there are. You know, we got to you give what you get. I mean, you get what you get. Okay. So if we're not giving back and sharing this information with some of our fellow podcasters, we got to be able to help in order to get the help back in ourselves too.
Yep.
So I wanted to get that word out there. I keep seeing it pop up. I didn't know what in the father was going on with it. Wanted to make sure what was going on. Make sure you weren't getting hacked.
Do you have your answer now?
I do. As Ryan McCarthy said earlier, he's awaiting his instructions, senseis. Yes, and speaking of which,
and what's in that? Okay, what's the next one? What's the next one we got going?
This right here. This is what we got next. I wanted to make sure that I brought this up because with Ryan McCarthy's comment, Ryan McCarthy's going to be on the show tonight at 7:05 p.m. Eastern time for episode 92.
I can't wait for that.
Of the In or Out Sports Debate, first time, and it will be on episode 92. So I wanted to make sure I got that shout out for that. Oh, Snowman, we didn't even go over this because we were talking about Snowman's plans. If you want to see those vacation pictures, you can look at Snowman here on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and the notorious SnowmanMultimediaSports.com. You can find that notorious site right up here, top right-hand corner again with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the YouTube account. So make sure you follow and subscribe to him on these channels so that we can see more of the Snowman Multimedia productions on these channels. And that ugly mug in the bottom right-hand corner, again, as I said last time, as you've got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and as well as at Sertoba.com, where the struggle is real to be awesome. And again, that ugly mug again right here on the screen right here, as you got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, where the struggle is real to be awesome. Again, we are here for episode 26, and I'm just glad I still have the same lung capacity to be able to pull that off, to say all that stuff in a short period of time.
You lucky I didn't fall on the floor laughing like you did the first time you did that.
Yeah, I know. Snowman was
you turned that into a short, and Jody or I couldn't stop laughing. When you went to your picture and you said this ugly mug and I lost it, Jody heard that and she lost it.
That was the moment, Snowman, when this happened.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
Oh man, that was definitely great.
Can you play? Okay, I mean this jokingly. Can you play Vince McMahon for Ryan Seacrest, please?
Hang on. Let me put this up here first.
All right.
and then I'll play it.
You're fired.
I wanted it to say screw Ryan Seacrest.
Somebody froze and it wasn't me.
Oh, you froze?
Did I freeze?
You might have, because I've been fine.
Do it again.
All right, Ryan Seacrest, this is for you.
You're fired.
No. But let me stop kidding around. I want to see what Ryan Seacrest does with Wheel of Fortune, and that's from the heart. That's what I said earlier was my old school game show side coming out, because I remember Dick Clark, Pat Sajak, Bob Barker, of course, Jim Perry doing Card Sharks, Bob Eubanks doing the Newlywed Game, and then Bob Eubanks hosting an 80s version of Card Sharks. So let me see I want to see what he does. I want to see if he can indeed do what Drew Carey did to The Price is Right, bring it to the modern era. So we'll see what happens.
David 3000 with the breaking news. Thanks again for that. He says you're welcome. Followed by Ryan McCarthy says, hey, MLB, this is free and fair use. No wonder why people hate Rob Manfred.
Agreed. Can we get Vince McMahon for Rob Manfred?
You're fired.
I was laughing all the way through, even clicking the button. Oh,
if y'all heard me this morning go in on Rob Manfred, I mean every darn word I said about that.
And Ryan follows up with, I'm a little more swollen in that photo. Well, hey, man, I was a little bit. You say that. I was a little bit skinnier in that photo myself. So you were swollen. I was skinnier. I put on some of the weight where you were a little more swole. So, hey, it's give and take, brother. It doesn't matter. It's the same people, the same DNA makeup on the show, getting it done, and we're going to bring the fire tonight. I'm looking forward to it after I take a nap.
I'm looking forward to it also. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm taking a nap in between because I've already got that show set up ready to rock.
You deserve it to have a nap.
Thanks, bro. I have to because it's the first time I've done 2 shows in a day in a while. So we'll see how I'll be fine. We're gonna crush it.
Good.
But anyway,
make sure you, like you always tell me, make sure you get a nap in, because as soon as I sign off on my afternoon show, I know I'm getting a nap.
Gotta take those trap naps.
Yes,
I love giving people the 100 and being out here, being on top of the comedic motherfathered game with energy. There it is. But hey, David 3000 says it should have been me as the host for Wheel of Fortune.
No, it should have been me. Forget that.
Well, you guys can battle it off.
He can have Wheel of Fortune. It should have been me to host The Price is Right, because as soon as Bob Barker announced his retirement in 07, do you know my phone blew up with everybody I know that knows I love that show?
David 3000, if you have the Wheel of Fortune game for Xbox platforms, because I still have it for the Xbox One, I haven't played it in so long, but I'm still good at Wheel of Fortune. If I challenge you to Wheel of Fortune on the Xbox sometime, I will dust off the controller, which I have not picked up in like 2 years. Still play because I still watch the show. The Wheel of Fortune, I'm always dominant.
Picked up a controller in 2 years.
Yeah, I've been focusing more on this. Look where it's gotten me. Look how awesome these graphics.
Why are you lying to me?
I don't play anymore. Okay, maybe not 2 years. I have played it like maybe once or twice. But still, if I put the time into the video games, I wouldn't be able to make these awesome backgrounds that we have on the show.
Let's see, the backgrounds, the graphics, speaking of subject graphics, what else you got for us?
Well, as far as subject graphics themselves, I don't actually have those today. That was one thing that I kind of I fell short on time for.
So we're winging it today.
But we have the banners, though. I have the banners ready. We still have this one to talk a little bit more MLB action, because the one point I wanted to bring up before we got to our next topic is you already know what the other topics are.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to talk about the MLB standings, how important that the fact that the Tampa Bay Rays are still number 1 team in the league. 54-27 in the American League East. Now, there is one team out there that has the same amount of losses and only 3 games behind them for the best record in the MLB. And that would happen to be my team, the Atlanta Braves. And for those of you listening on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, you know exactly, because that is your home state team, the Atlanta Braves of Atlanta, Georgia.
And they're going to win the National League East by 20 games.
They are up by 6.5 games right now over the freaking Marlins. Just to think of the name Marlins in second place.
First of all, it's the Miami Marlins.
I said Marlins. I didn't say Florida.
I know. No. I know. I know. You did say Marlins. My point is, it's the Miami Marlins. Who cares? They're going to fall flat on their. They're going to fall flat on their face. You see the struggles of the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm sorry, JJ. I love you dearly, but you see the struggles of the Phillies, and then there's the mess we call the New York Mets.
You know, Justin Verlander's kicking himself in the rear end for leaving Houston, going to New York.
Yeah, he is.
Because ever since those injuries happened, he's had no support. You know, he's still been doing okay for a 40-year-old pitcher, but he doesn't have the support around him, the supporting cast that he had in Houston.
Well, Cole said the perfect thing. For the Braves, it's all about October. They won the National League East last year, and they couldn't handle the freight train that was the Phillies last year. So true.
I really wanted to see.
So true.
I really wanted to see Verlander go to Atlanta. Like how I mean, it's not going to, but I'm talking about during the offseason before we got to this season. Like I was kind of hoping, a small piece of me, even though I knew it wasn't going to happen, the fan in me was hoping that he would come to Atlanta. Snowman.
I know. But at the same time, it is June and not September.
True.
In which the Chicago Cubs will be completely useless by September. If not, they're not completely useless now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 1. 2, the hottest team in Major League Baseball right now, and I can't believe I'm going to say this aloud, is the Cincinnati Reds.
Ellie De La Cruz. And we're going to talk about tonight on the In or Out Sports Debate, because that's one of our topics.
Ellie De La Cruz.
That's one of our topics tonight. That was actually
the Reds' first cycle since 1989. Eric Davis did the deed.
That's a long time. almost 35 years,
Mhm.
34 years, whatnot. But hey, the biggest thing for that, I mean, we've talked about that last week on this show, talked about it. We're going to talk about tonight with Ryan McCarthy on In or Out Sports Debate. But this kid right here, and I got to give a shout to Rob Johnson, Legacy Maker Sports Network. Rob, and you've seen it too on Facebook, Rob has been very vocal about Ellie De La Cruz since he was even in the minor leagues. I've heard Rob talk about this kid for at least a year now.
Me too.
And because with the hype that's on him now, I feel like Rob should get more credit for what he said about this kid, even while he was coming up in the minors, because everything that he said about this kid is coming to fruition.
It's coming to fruition.
Now, do you think that with what he's doing, because they are on a winning streak now? Okay, the Reds have been absolutely crushing it.
Yeah.
In their last 10 games, they've won. They're 7-3. They're 41-38 and in second place. They're a half a game out of first place behind the Brewers right now. Do you think that Ellie De La Cruz, the spark's been there here in the middle of the season, but do you think that spark's going to be enough to lead them into the playoffs and not be bounced in the first round of it? Do you think they can actually make it to the NLCS?
Playoffs, yes. Bounce in the first round, I don't know. Because we're starting to see what the Reds pitching staff can do. Ellie De La Cruz is going to lead that offense. There is no question about that. The thing for me is pitching wins championships. Just ask the Houston Astros. What is the September pitching rotation and the bullpen rotation going to be like when the Reds make that final push to play in October?
Absolutely. Guys, let us know here in the comments how you feel about that. If you agree with Snowman and I's take on the standings, Ellie De La Cruz, the Atlanta Braves, and so forth. We're going to go to one more commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the fraudulent man himself, LeBron James, and we come on back.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right. For about $50 a month, you'll get lightning fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. If you don't like it, you get your money back, but you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now.
Call 866-314-8900. That's 866-314-8900. Again, 866-314-8900.
If you're the kind of person that likes to drive a lot and your car is a little bit older and out of the normal warranty, keep listening. What's going on underneath the hood of your car? If your car is out of warranty, you're at risk of expensive repair bills. Now, for a couple of dollars a day, you can get an extended protection plan for your car. Hey, you love your car, so why not give it a little extra care? And make sure if something goes wrong, your bank account is safe. Literally, for a couple of dollars a day, you can give yourself peace of mind that you purchased a top-tier vehicle repair coverage plan. Call the Auto Protection Network right now and ask how you could save an additional $500 on your policy.
Call 877-845-0463. Call now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a show that has fantabulous transitions by the man, myth, and legend, Cole Johnson, the guest sensei on last Friday's episode 25. Welcome back.
What the hell was that?
You like fantabulous? Snowman.
No, I use that word, okay? And so do my daughters. So I'm just giving you a mess about it.
I'll throw $1 in the jar for you, Snowman.
Thank you.
$1 in the jar for Snowman. There it is. There's my donation for the using the F word I will not use again. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But hey.
So okay.
Now, speaking of usage and places, we have to bring this up because Snowman, I want to get your take on this because we heard about this last week. Based on the ESPY nomination, LeBron James, his fraudulent ESPY nomination for breaking the all-time scoring record. How do you feel about this? Come on, you know that they can't.
You can't handle the truth.
Bring it. A solo camera.
Uppercut. Tiger uppercut.
You're out.
Oh, you can. Tiger.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Next.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hey,
Next. Ooh, I'm dying.
All right, Snowman, we're running out of time.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. It just don't add up.
It is stinky.
It's bacon!
I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Holy on smoke!
How do you do that? How do you do that?
I think I just broke my chair.
Snowman, this is like longer than your actual. This is longer than your actual take that you would give if you had words.
Nothing for you. Nothing for you.
Now, where have I heard that line before?
Oh, woe is me.
Ooh, I'm dying! Next!
Oh, hell no.
Tell us how you really feel.
You don't want me to do that.
Well, I will say this.
Are you kidding me? Oh, hell no!
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous. How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? Bruh.
Now I will say this: if I can have the floor for momentarily to Snowman. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. You've had your minute. You throw sound effects even without trying to say something. Now I'm gonna say this with the Snowman here. I'm gonna give him his camera back. If he can behave, he can watch his fingers. Okay, because now it's my turn. It's my turn to speak up on the fraudulent man that he is, the man who did get the all-time scoring record. But when you play an era that is more pacified, as I'll say, for radio airwaves, more pacified for you to get these points, to get these double doubles and triple doubles that you get because of these rebounds and these assists. Congrats, you can pass the ball. Congrats that you can pass the ball accurately. I'm proud of you. I'm father proud of you that you can pass the ball. Guess what? Snowman can pass the ball. I can pass the ball. Throw us $10 million and just loaf around and pass the father ball. Good job. Because people want to give me a hard time when I try to say that Dennis Rodman was one of the greatest ones to ever wear 91. Because he might not have been able to score, but he could pass the ball too. Just like LeBron. He could rebound the ball. He can play defense and was a part of several championship teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He, Dennis Rodman, one of the best to wear 91, is still better, in my opinion, than LeBust James. And even LeBust James, with the all-time scoring record, still can't even lace up Dennis Rodman's boots. Dennis Rodman, the party lifestyle, then show up the next day and do what it has to get done to help contribute towards a team that was led by the greatest in Michael Jordan to get the few championships that he was a part of with MJ.
Yep.
But you're going to sit here and say that he deserves an ESPY nomination? He deserves an ESPY nomination for all of the acting that he does on the court when he's laying on the ground. He should get an ESPY for terrible actor in a sporting event contest. That's what his ESPY should be for, not for his achievement of scoring all those points and beating Kareem's record. Congratulations that you did it in 20 years, but
Kareem
you
still
still
has the record for me.
I was being sarcastic. This is sarcastic clapping. If I was, that's slow clap like in Not Another Teen Movie. Yes, I get that too, Snowman. But yes, and then it speeds up like in not Friday Night Lights, but
you get the idea.
Varsity Blues. That's the video. That's the movie I'm thinking about.
You get the idea.
Yes, but LeBron James is a fraud, and you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Snowman knows it. Snowman right here. I'm telling you,
I've been saying
he's a decent player, but he doesn't deserve the ESPY.
Nope. And I repeat, hell no. There, y'all. I love what Ryan. I love what Ryan said. Tell me how. I think it's tell me now how you tell us how I feel about LeBron without telling you how I feel about LeBron. I think that's what he said. Oh yeah, okay. It's tell me Snowman doesn't care without telling me Snowman doesn't care.
Right here, yeah. Tell me Snowman doesn't care without telling me Snowman doesn't care.
3.5. This soundboard exercise is brought to you by Sexual Repellent. When you're so insane that people reportedly tell you to stay in your lane, trust in Sexual Repellent. For more
on what Snowman thinks about anything LeBron, tune in to tomorrow's Snowman in the Morning, where they will give you Sexual confessions.
For 120 minutes.
Dennis Rodman is also one of the greatest athletes to wear a skirt. He can challenge Aaron Rodgers for being a space cadet.
But unlike Aaron Rodgers, Dennis Rodman shows up to play when he needs to show up to play.
I love that one too. I wish I had that clip. I'll have to find it. That scoring record March almost took the Lakers out the playoffs. It really did. It really did because it drained him for that.
It did.
To quote the playmaker, LeBron James is the greatest scorer of all time.
Man.
I love that intro that Chris Bass did for him. And it gets me every time. He's like he's in the witness protection program. I'm Cole with the
legend that is Chris Bass.
I'll get Chris back on my
All
show.
right,
The legend
that is Chris Bass.
Oh gosh, guys, thank you for those
Lord
comments.
Have mercy.
We got one more thing we want to talk about before we get on out of here, and that is something you know all very well with the blood clots too, and myself. You had it a little bit more serious than I did because I got there in enough time to have medicine and an IV and help break them up or whatnot.
Yeah.
You've had to go through surgery and stuff resulting and stuff, and Deion Sanders just went through the ringer. Give us your take since you've seen a little bit more impactful than I have when it comes to the situation that he's in.
I'm praying for you, Deion. I'm praying for you because to lose any kind of limbs that you came into the world with is not easy. It's not easy at all. And I hope Deion and Colorado have a kick-ass season. If they don't do it for anybody else, do it for him, who actually said, Colorado gave me an offer, and I'm taking it, and I'm going to run with it. And you already know that people are going to chastise Deion You already know black people are going to continue to chastise Deion because they don't know, realize, or care what Deion has been through, gone through, and continue to go through with this help, with him taking the reins of the Colorado football program and basically putting it on the map before they set foot onto the field. I just hope and pray that everything, I mean this, everything goes through for Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, because the Colorado Buffaloes have not been relevant since 2005 when they were in the Big 12 championship in Houston, Texas, mind you, and they got obliterated by the Texas Longhorns. That's the last time they were relevant. So, and you know, black people are going to crap on Deion for leaving Jackson State. Listen, Deion signed a death warrant when he got to Jackson State because of the way black people treated him. Period. I'll leave it there, and I'll say more later in the week.
Yeah, you know, when you bring that up with Deion, and especially you think about how fit he's been throughout the entirety of his playing career, even outside of it. The man looks like, you know, for the majority of his retirement, looked like he could still play.
Right.
There's not many players that, you know, since the turn of the century that I can think of that have been big, impactful players that have come out from Colorado, especially since that 2005 tenure. We'll say moving up since 2005. The big notable ones I would say would be the kicker that was drafted by the Green Bay Packers, Mason Crosby, in 2007.
Right.
He was drafted in the 6th round. He came from Colorado Buffaloes. Nate Solder was drafted round 1, pick 17 by the New England Patriots. The tackle in 2011 was a part of some Super Bowls and definitely has been highly touted coming out of Buffalo. Probably since 2005, those two are the big ones that come to mind. Paul Richardson, 2014 Seattle Seahawks wide receiver, was definitely big. He hasn't been that big of a player, but Mason Crosby and Nate Solder are the two biggest ones. Most recently in 2020, Laviska Shenault of the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiving core was probably the most notable one. But Colorado Buffaloes football hasn't really had any touted players since probably that 2005 tenure that I only thought of as 3 just now.
since
just 3.
2005.
So Deion Sanders' primetime's presence in Colorado is big because if he can do what he did in Jackson State to help a HBCU team get elevated into primetime type of football, maybe we can see Colorado get that rebirth. But to have this at the beginning, he just got there. He hasn't even coached a game yet, and to be able to go through this stuff. This right here, Deion Sanders this fall, this is going to be a big comeback story right here from what he's going through right now. In less than 90 days later, it looks like, I mean, unless he has complications, but with seeing what Deion's already gone through with the foot, with the toes or whatnot, the amputations on his foot, with him going through that part and coming back from that, if he can go through that, come back in 90 days, it goes to show you the tough model man that he is.
Which made him a Hall of Famer. You know, last comment of the day, Cole says, I love Deion a lot. I hate this is happening to him. Wise and I talked about this on Mentality. He didn't know his family had blood clots until age 53. He's 55 today. Okay. And black people are so mistreating him. In fact, Cole, I want you to work this into the slate on the Brian Snow Show, which I'll hop on here in about 90 seconds. I want you to work this in because I have a whole lot to say about that. But absolutely hate this is happening to him. And you wonder why black coaches get such a bad rap for thinking about themselves and their family and the program that they want to put together. Here's your sign right here.
Absolutely. Well, our closing thoughts going on out of here, Snowman. We've got a little more than 90 seconds left. We've got 3 minutes left in this show. Last minute's decade to the outro. So take about 45 seconds or so. Give us some closing thoughts on out of here. What are your closing thoughts heading out of episode 26?
Thank you, everyone that supported Jody and me while we were on vacation. that checked in with us, that made sure that we were okay. And thank you to everyone who loved the surprise that Jody gave me for my trip to Kauffman Stadium. And just thank you to everybody that's been supporting us. Yeah, that's me in the Royals dugout at Kauffman Stadium. The only thing I was missing was a Royals uniform, and I had a chance to sit in their Hall of Fame also. So just thank you to everybody that has expressed their thoughts for us. Thank you. Jody says thank you for all the birthday wishes, and we thank you for all the anniversary wishes. Thank you all.
For you guys to be able to celebrate that at the same time on that vacation was definitely awesome. You know, birthday, anniversary, that's good times you guys got to experience on that first real vacation that you've been on in quite some time. And, you know, with my closing thoughts, man, I'm just glad to be back on Tuesday. You know, the last few Fridays were a struggle. You know, not just for you, but for me, because with my work schedule changing and to be able to come back to our original day, we only switched it up because Snowman was working with me in order to be able to work around the work schedule at the time that I had. I was training Monday through Thursday, so it made sense for us to move it to Friday for a little bit. Last few Fridays to switch the schedule up, trying to do the show, then go to work and all that stuff. The struggle was real to be awesome, but I made it happen. And to do that with the Snowman, and to be able to make it happen and move it back here to Tuesdays. Thank you to Ryne over at WQEE for allowing the show to move to Wednesdays from Saturday as well, if you're hearing this out now too. And for working with me last week on Friday, you know, him working with me on getting both shows, the Brian Snow show and our show, playing on the days and times that it was necessary. Glad to be able to do that with you. Thank you for the time and for allowing this show to be on those airwaves. I appreciate it. The Snowman appreciates it. We had fun with this. The one time we get up each week, it has definitely been a blast. Well, Snowman's got to get on out of here and do the Brian Snow show. Yeah. You will see me tonight on the In-Or-Out Sports Debate at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, guys, you can find this show on Tuesdays at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on the Snowman Multimedia Network. 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:05 a.m. Pacific Time. One last thing. Stay safe out there in the street.